Hi there, Serial Trader here. I want to do an update on Bitcoin, and I will touch on Ethereum more so just in relation to my thoughts on Bitcoin more than anything. And since the last video, we haven't broken any key levels. That spike low we had there, at least here on Bitfinex at 29,563, but let's just call it around 30K in most places you look. That level is still held, so I'm not going to waver from my overall count just yet. So I'm going to just look at the action since we've had that low, okay, and go through a few scenarios and what I'm doing with it. So we could make the case for a real ugly leading diagonal wave one off that low, and that's where you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Technically it works. Wave 3 is shorter than wave 1, wave 5 is shorter than wave 3. You got 4-1 overlap, but it is very ugly. But leading diagonals usually aren't the prettiest patterns to have off the bottom anyways. So you can make the case for that we have a motive wave off that bottom, even though it is rather ugly. And then you can definitely view this subsequent move down to a higher low here as a 3-wave pullback, ABC down, and that was to just above 31,000 on this exchange. It was 31,230. So potentially 5 up for 1, 3 down for 2. Now subsequent action, here's how I would best view this if we're going to have a bullish lens here, and I'll certainly go through a bearish lens afterwards as well. And that's where, if you go on the shorter term time frame, you can definitely get a nice looking impulse wave up to this high right here. And again, we're on the 4-hour chart. And that was at just under 40,000, 39,966. Now, to me, it looks best as a 1 up, 5 up for 1, and then you have ABC down for A, ABC up for B, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down for C of possibly 2. So possibly a 1, 2, 1, 2. And then if this is the case, we really need to get going here in a wave 3 of 3 to the upside, right? So, I mean, if this doesn't behave the way a wave 3 of 3 should and really, get trending, then we certainly have some other things to lean on. Now, let me just throw down a base channel here, okay? Now, if we really are starting something more substantial to the upside, we should be able to break out of this upper channel line, okay? So I'll leave that up there for now. Now, I've had a few, attempts in here. I've been stopped out, nothing substantial. But most recently, I've made some entries here in the 34,000s. And some rationale behind doing that is that, okay, if we got the 1, 2 and the 1, 2, wave 2 can certainly be a nice deep retracement. And you can see we came just to about the 786 retracement level. So a nice deep retracement, but currently still another higher low. So we had a low around 30 and then 31, and now in the 33s. So still making higher lows, no higher highs yet. But as long as we keep making higher lows, I'm willing to attempt some bullish trades here. So again, some entries in the 34s. Currently my stop is just below 31 there. If we get some decent action up here, I'd like to move my stop to about above break even. That'd be good. So if this is correct, we should get something along these lines, right? Hang on. Something fairly dynamic like that. Yeah. Okay. So just on watch for that. Again, currently in that trade, but certainly got a reasonable stop on it, and I'd like to tighten up that stop if we can get some decent move up here. So this is kind of the bullish scenario off the bottom that I'm currently playing for. Now, if we go over here, I could certainly make the case that we're in an incomplete 5-wave decline, where we had this initial wave 1 down from the all-time high, wave 2 up. You could certainly call that a wave 3. It's definitely aggressive enough. And possibly working a contracting triangle wave 4, so possibly A, B, C, D, and we would still need to be coming up here at least partially for the E wave, although we would have to stay below this level for that to remain intact, and that's 40,884 here on Bitfinex. potentially wave 4 triangle, and then one more move down in wave 5, possibly well into the 20,000s. And I think if we broke into the 20,000s, right around 20,000 would be that prior 2017 high. I think that would be a bit of a magnet to go and touch if we do break here. So certainly entertaining the possibility of that. This bearish scenario here, right? Can't discount it until we get up here to invalidate the possibility of that happening. But I'll tell you why I'm not really leaning on this right now, and I'll get to Ethereum shortly to explain why that's kind of leaning me towards at least a more short-term bullish interpretation. And I'll just, well, hang on there. Let me draw the BD trend line here for the potential triangle. And the AC trend line. That's their little apex there, right? Roughly. Okay. So there's the potential bearish triangle. Pretty self-explanatory. Now, if I go to Ethereum, here's what I see on Ethereum. So even though Bitcoin so far has only done 3 waves down off of its high, and the C wave was severe, Ethereum has done a very clean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves down. Good subdivisions, good proportion, everything. So we got 5 waves down off the top for Ethereum. So on the larger pattern, I suspect Ethereum might have some more downside, since I don't think it's 5 waves down for wave C of, say, an expanded flat or a running flat, because we don't have the requisite 3 down, 3 up for the A and the B to make that an ABC expanded flat or running flat. It's definitely not running flat, but expanded flat. This just looks like a peak and a 5 wave, directional move down off the top. So that should indicate the trend of one larger degree is now pointed down, but it's not going to go straight down if that is the case even. And in the meantime, it looks like what we have is an A up, a B down, okay? And actually, I would argue that was your A up, and much like Bitcoin, we've done an expanded flat for the B wave, so A, B, and then 5 down for C for the B wave. Just bear with me. And that'd be where you have 3 down for A, 3 up for B, 5 down for C of the B. And measuring from there, what did Ethereum do if we measure that as the orthodox top of the impulse wave off the bottom? I think we did about a 61.8%. Just shy of a 61.8% retracement. So that's a nice fib level to get a reaction off of. So given that, even though we got 5 waves down off the top, I think we have more of a partial recovery in store. Now, I've made some entries on Ethereum here in the 2200s, and so far getting some movement out of that area, which is nice. I have not moved my stop up yet. I had my stop at 1700 or so. But I think if we get a little bit more upside, I'm going to tighten up my stop to around break even at least. Now, some things to look at. So I have some fib retracement. So this is just the entire range of this initial 5-wave decline. So the 50% retracement would come into play here around 3,000. And the 61.8% retracement would be 3,372, so almost 3,400. So from current levels, I think we could get, even though potentially the larger trend is actually turned down for now, in perhaps a larger corrective period for Ethereum, I think in the meantime, more short term, we could get about $1,000 move up from current levels for this ABC correction to the upside, right? Now, depending where you measure, so if we measure like this, that would be a little weaker. But again, if we pull from this area, that would put us here. Just hang on there. Clean this up a bit. Okay. So as I was saying, we'll do some AC relationships here. Okay. So if we measure it like this and call this the expanded flat for the B wave, we would have, I'll get rid of the 786 relationship. Let's go equality. So equality measured that way would get us to 3175, so just about 3,200. And if you somehow want to count this as the wave A here and call this the wave B, I like my expanded flat scenario a little more. It looks more clean. But if you do that, as far as your AC measurements, equality would get us closer to that overall 618 retracement of this entire 5-wave decline from the top. So again, close to 3,400 or so, right? So I like, even though potentially we could be making substantially lower lows than 1,700 on Ethereum, on a shorter term trade, I like the potential upside here to maybe around 3,400. From current levels, again, it's not a bad move, about $1,000 up move on Ethereum. So because I am expecting here some short-term upside on Ethereum, and even though Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're not one-to-one correlated, they're certainly fairly correlated, especially lately during this decline period. There was a lot of correlation just across all cryptos, right? So given this, it makes me less wanting, I guess, to lean on this bearish wave 4 triangle scenario for Bitcoin. Now, here's the thing. Bitcoin could just stay relatively weaker than Ethereum, and potentially we could go up here and make some of these targets on Ethereum for the C wave. And while Bitcoin could also go up a bit, as long as it stayed below this level, that 40,884, it could still remain an E wave of a wave 4 triangle. Okay, and then when Ethereum completes its C wave and turns down for another 5-wave decline to complete this overall larger correction, that could be also when Bitcoin completes a triangle and has a thrust down in a 5th wave to complete its initial 5-wave decline from the top, if that's what's going on. So a lot going on here, a lot of potential, but for now I'm just trying to keep it as simple and clean as possible. So for now, at least on a short-term basis, I am favoring the upside, and this is the potential scenario for that. I would call this the most bullish interpretation for Bitcoin currently, and that's where we're, working that we already have a bottom in of some kind, and we're working something more substantial to the upside. But it's all still up in the air as far as the larger pattern or longer-term pattern. But short-term, I think even if there's more downside to come afterwards, I think short term we're still looking to make some upward movement on both Bitcoin and Ethereum from current levels. Obviously, this is very dynamic, subject to change very quickly, but that's currently how I'm playing this. So we'll probably check in again soon. All right, Serial Trader signing off.